Welcome to my Easy English Step channel.
In this story, we are focusing on the present perfect tense. So you can imagine that the story is happening right now, and there are past events that matter to the present. We use the listen and answer method with each story, so you can practice English speaking as well. Repeat the lesson every day for 1 week. After you finish the lesson, you will learn English vocabulary the easy way. You will practice English listening. And you will improve your English speaking skills fast. Let's get started. Peter has lived in Denver all his life. He has gone to school in Denver. He has worked in Denver. He has never lived anywhere else. Today, Peter has run errands. Peter has been to the grocery store. He has bought food for a party. The party is for Peter's grandmother. She has turned 100 years old. Peter has brought most of the food inside. He has put the food into the refrigerator and pantry. But he has forgotten the cake. He has left the cake in the car. Peter starts cooking for the party. Lasagna has been his grandmother's favorite food all her life. Peter has bought pasta, tomato sauce, ground beef, cheese, and spices for the lasagna. He has turned the oven on. Peter has finished preparing the lasagna. He places the lasagna into the oven. 30 minutes later, the lasagna has baked. Peter smells the lasagna. He has done a good job. Suddenly, Peter stops. He stands up straight. He thinks he has forgotten something. Oh no, he has forgotten the cake. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to receive more like it in the future. Peter runs to his car. He opens the door. He picks up the cake box. He peeks inside. The cake has melted. The frosting has dripped down the sides. The birthday greeting has smeared. Two hours later, the party has begun. Friends and family have gathered at Peter's house. They have eaten the lasagna. Peter has received many compliments for his cooking. Peter has been nervous all through the party. What will his grandmother think when she sees the cake? The lights have been turned out. Peter has put candles on the cake. He has lit the candles. He walks with the cake to the table. Peter's grandmother is shocked. She looks at Peter. She smiles. She says, "This cake looks the same age as me." She blows out the candles. Everyone enjoys the cake. It has been a great birthday party. Okay, back to the beginning with questions. You must answer every question. Use your pause button and answer the question. Then play again. You can answer with just one word or 2 words, it's okay. Short answers are okay. Always answer the questions with a strong voice. This is so important. When you do this, you teach your mind, you teach your brain to be confident when you speak English. Your English will improve much, much faster. Has Peter lived in New York all his life? No, he hasn't. He hasn't lived in New York all his life. He has lived in Denver all his life. Has Peter lived in London all his life? No, he hasn't. He hasn't lived in London all his life. He has lived in Denver all his life. Where has Peter lived all his life? Denver. Peter has lived in Denver all his life. How long has Peter lived in Denver? All his life. Peter has lived in Denver all his life. Has Peter gone to school in New York? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't gone to school in New York. He has gone to school in Denver. Where has Peter gone to school? Denver. Peter has gone to school in Denver. Has Peter worked in London? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't worked in London. He has worked in Denver. Where has Peter worked? Denver. Peter has worked in Denver. Has Peter lived anywhere else? No, he hasn't. He has never lived anywhere else. Has Peter gone fishing today? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't gone fishing today. Today, he has run errands. Has Peter exercised today? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't exercised today. Today, he has run errands. What has Peter done today? Today, Peter has run errands. Has Peter been to the park? No, he hasn't. He hasn't been to the park. He has been to the grocery store. Has Peter been at school? No, he hasn't. He hasn't been at school. Where has Peter been? The grocery store. He has been to the grocery store. Has Peter bought toys? No, he hasn't. He hasn't bought toys. He has bought food. Has Peter bought food? Yes, he has. Peter has bought food. What has Peter bought food for? A party. Peter has bought food for a party. Has Peter bought food for a party? Yes, he has. Peter has bought food for a party. Is the party for Peter? No, it isn't. The party is not for Peter. The party is for Peter's grandmother. Is the party for Peter's dog? No, it isn't. The party is not for Peter's dog. The party is for Peter's grandmother. Whom is the party for? Peter's grandmother. The party is for Peter's grandmother. How old is Peter's grandmother? 100 years old. Peter's grandmother has turned 100 years old. Has Peter brought garden tools inside? No, he hasn't. He hasn't brought garden tools inside. He has brought most of the food inside. Has Peter brought the mail inside? No, he hasn't. He hasn't brought the mail inside. What has Peter brought inside? Most of the food. Peter has brought most of the food inside. Has Peter put the food on the table? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't put the food on the table. He has put the food in the refrigerator and pantry. Has Peter put the food outside? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't put the food outside. Where has Peter put the food? The refrigerator and pantry. He has put the food in the refrigerator and pantry. Has Peter forgotten his keys? No, he hasn't. He hasn't forgotten his keys. He has forgotten the cake. Has Peter forgotten his hat? No, he hasn't. He hasn't forgotten his hat. What has Peter forgotten? The cake. Peter has forgotten the cake. Has Peter left the cake at the store? No, he hasn't. He hasn't left the cake at the store. He has left the cake in the car. Has Peter left the cake on top of the car? No, he hasn't. He hasn't left the cake on top of the car. Where has Peter left the cake? In the car. He has left the cake in the car. Does Peter start decorating for the party? No, he doesn't. Peter doesn't start decorating for the party. He starts cooking for the party. What does Peter start cooking for? The party. Peter starts cooking for the party. Has pizza been Peter's grandmother's favorite food all her life? No, it hasn't. Pizza hasn't been her favorite food all her life. Lasagna has been her favorite food all her life. Has rice been Peter's grandmother's favorite food all her life? No, it hasn't. Rice hasn't been her favorite food all her life. What has been Peter's grandmother's favorite food all her life? Lasagna. Lasagna has been her favorite food all her life. Has Peter bought eggplant for the lasagna? No, he hasn't. Peter hasn't bought eggplant for the lasagna. Listen to the lessons repeatedly to think in English and automatic speaking. Repetition is very, very important to become fluent. You need to speak English fluently without translating in your head. The words should come out of your mouth automatically. So, this is where the repetition comes in. If you repeat the same vocabulary and sentences many times, you will become a master of this vocabulary and grammar. So, you will be able to use that words automatically, without thinking about grammar rules and without translating vocabulary in your head. In order to think in English, you must repeat vocabulary and sentences as much as you can. After lots of repetition, eventually you will start to think English in your head and improve your speaking skills. As I mentioned before, we use the question and answer method repeatedly in our short story lessons. So you will listen to the vocabulary and sentences many times in the same lesson.
You can practice English whenever and wherever you want. Just listen to our short stories and answer the easy question out loud. You will improve your listening and speaking skills fast.